Alright guys, welcome. Before I get started with this, shout out to Rajeez for inspiring me to make this. If you don't know who Rajeez is, y'all should tap in. He's a content creator, Twitch streamer, creative director, all that. And he has this bit on his Twitch streams once a month where he teaches financial class. And I've been tapping in. And he's been doing this for a minute, but I've watched most of them. There's probably a few that I haven't watched, but I've watched most of them 3+ times. And he has a lot of them. Now before anybody say that's dick riding, you got meat all the way down your throat. Stop. He's teaching us financial literacy, and he knows what he's talking about. So I'm tapped in. The reason I've been watching them like 3+ times, like all of them, is because I'm not brain rotting this shit, alright? Motherfuckers can go on YouTube and look up 20 different motivational videos telling them how to get their life together and be disciplined. But then when they stop watching the videos, they don't apply anything they seen from the videos and apply it to their real life, but they think they did because they watched 20 videos on it. You can't just watch 20 videos and then think you're disciplined because you watched 20 videos about teaching you how to be disciplined. No. I've been watching the same videos multiple times because, and I'm not even watching them. I'm listening to them while I do other shit. Alright? Because when you do that, you know, you listen to the same thing over and over, eventually you start to actually like understand the things that are being said. You start to remember them, and then you can really, because you remember them, you can really start applying the shit. You feel me? So lock in. Let's get into it. Now before anyone says, oh bro, you said you was dropping the New York video soon. You said you was gonna drop a story time about 4th of July. I'm sorry. I could not keep my word with that, but I'm about to show y'all what I've been getting myself into. So, as y'all know, a month ago, I quit my job because I went on a trip, and the store owner was like, if you go on this trip and don't show up to work, you're getting fired, so I left, right? And since then, I haven't had a job. Until the start of this week. I started a new 9-to-5. I can't tell you what it is, because they literally told me I can't. But just know it's not in the food industry, and it's not in retail service. So yeah, over the past month, I have put myself in $962 worth of debt. Okay, I owe this. It's probably more than that. I haven't paid my taxes. Now, to some people, this might be nothing. To some people, this might be, oh, that's not even that much. To some people, this is like, what the fuck? This would put me in ruins. But if I'm being totally honest, I'm not tripping about it. And if I'm not, there's no reason you should be. So, I'm gonna explain how I got here. And no, this is not missed payments. Okay, well, kinda. I'm gonna get to it. This isn't any missed car payments. This isn't any missed credit card payments, okay? I pay my car statement in full and I pay my credit cards in full every single time. Not late. Alright, let me get that straight. So boom, this debt is divided into two things. CI, which is car insurance, payments. And I'm gonna explain that in a second. I know I said I don't have any late payments, but hear me out. $570 worth of car insurance I'm late on, and credit card debt, which is due on the 20th of August, okay? I have time to pay this off. This is late. I need to focus on this. Now, hear me out when I said I had no late payments. This is late, peep. When I bought my car, I don't have my own insurance. I don't pay for my own insurance, okay? I'm co-signed, which means my parents co-signed and I'm under my parents' insurance. But for the first 3 months of having my car, my parents didn't ask me for any car insurance, so I seriously thought I just didn't have to pay insurance. But that's not the case. And for that 3 months, it racked up to this. But ever since then, I've paid the shit. But that's what this is. I gotta pay this off. And then the credit card bill, I've been unemployed for a month, so I haven't been getting steady income besides DoorDash, but anyone that knows has experience in DoorDash knows that that shit doesn't pay. Like pay, you feel me? It's just a little extra change. So, I have been doing what is called CFS. I'm not gonna write it out because I'm lazy. Credit for survival. Now this right here, I'm 19. This is what puts young people in debt. Like crippling debt by the time they like 30 and 40. Late 20s. You feel me? Because they use credit for survival. And that's what I've been doing the past month. I've just been spamming my credit card. I'm not gonna lie. I've been kind of letting loose on the credit card. But the reason being, I have 30 days to pay it. Okay? Say at the start of the month, my credit balance at 0 is the first payment that I make, whatever amount it is, I have 30 days to pay it. Okay? I'm not tripping about this. This is due August 20th. I could make this making $43 a day for like a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks, doing DoorDash. Nah, I say probably a week and a half. I can get this in a week and a half doing DoorDash, making $43 a day. This is light, alright? This ain't nothing. Now, I just told y'all, I just started my new job. It pays weekly. My first paycheck should be more than half of this, like 60%. So this will all be paid off in the next like 15 days. So this ain't a problem. But I'm documenting this because I've never been in this much debt before. I'm only 19. This debt right here, this is the start of late 20s, early 30s, 40-year-olds being in crippling debt. I feel like this is where it starts. Because I owe all of this, right? Say the minimum payment on this shit is like $20, right? People think, oh yeah, I can just pay the minimum payment and I'm good. No. I got a good credit score. My credit's better than my parents'. I'm willing to bet my credit is better than a lot of the people my age. No ego shit. I'm dead serious. Some of y'all don't even have credit. If you don't have any credit, stop talking. I don't want to hear it. They think, oh, I can just pay the minimum payment and I'm good. No. Matter of fact, that's how you get cut. By interest. Because the interest, you pay the minimum payment, interest comes with that, and it basically just leaves you in the same spot. That fucking minimum payment just paid for the interest that it just gave you because you paid the minimum payment. Now you're basically just stuck in the same spot. And then it grows, and then it grows, and then you're just fucked. Now, this is where the inspiration from Rajiz is coming from. I'm going to go on a calm, 30-day run. I'm dead serious too. And no, I'm not talking about the motherfuckers on the net going, oh yeah, I'm gonna go on a 90-day run. I'm not spending no money on nothing. I'm gonna save my money. I'm gonna get as much money as possible, and then they fall off 45 days in because it's overwhelming and they don't know what to do. That's not what I'm doing. I'm dead serious about this. Now this is where Rajiz comes in. Rajiz just made a stream 2 days ago talking about he's going on a 30-day run and he wants everyone to do it with him. So I figured, because I'm in debt, I figured I'm gonna do that, but a little differently, which is why I'm sparking this video, because if you're watching this, I would encourage you to do it with me. But I'm also just doing this to document and prove myself that I can. And I just think it's fun, so. I'm getting a little bit of a negative head start because I'm in debt, but then after the debt, that's when it really starts. Starting August, by the way. The whole month of August. As soon as September hits, 30-day run's over. These are the rules of my 30-day run. And if you're following along and you're doing it with me, this applies. Boom! No eating out. This costs money. Money that I don't have to spend. Y'all saw. The money you spend eating out could go to something way better. and you know it. I know it. I think everyone knows it. But no liabilities. And this are kind of the same thing. When I say liabilities, I'm talking about you at the gas station. Ooh, let me get this. Ooh, let me get this Gatorade. Let me get this pop. Let me get this bag of chips. That kind of shit. None of that. Alright? No clothes. And I'm talking like no over the top designer. No fucking spending extra money. No new sneakers. No new shoes. None of that. Unless, of course, I will make an exception. Blanks. If you a dude, blanks is cool. I don't know what the equivalent would be for the girls, but the exceptions are new draws and blanks and socks. Next, invest, save, PD, which is pay debt. Any of these three before you spend any other money. If you get a check, say you like made $100 that week, before you do anything with that money, you have to do one of these three. If you don't have debt, congratulations, you get to save it or invest it. And when you save it, put it in a high yield. You need to open a high yield. Capital One got a good one. Marcus got a good one. Those are both good high yields. Or invest. Okay, stocks. And invest doesn't mean just stocks, alright? Invest means like back to the clothes, like blank tees, new draws, new socks, that stuff I would consider an investment. Alright? If I was to go out to Target and buy like, I never mentioned this, but in New York, I lost my mics. During the fucking Knicks riots, there was so much going on, I lost both my mics. If I was to go out and spend $90 to get more new mics, I wouldn't see that as a liability, that's an investment. Alright, tripod, that kind of shit. Anything that helps you in the long run. Whatever you're passionate about, painting, exercising, exercise equipment, that kind of shit. You feel me? Boom. No junk food, and I say and or limit. I say and or limit because I live with my parents. Alright? I'm fortunate enough for them to provide for me for the time that I am here. Sometimes they'll go out and they'll bring home like McDonald's, Burger King, whatever it may be. Not all, they won't do that all the time. Okay, usually it's home cooked here, but sometimes when they just don't got the time, they'll bring home some takeout. So I'm gonna eat whatever they bring home because they put it on the plate. I'm fortunate enough to even have a plate to eat off of, unless it's McDonald's. Y'all cannot be fucking with McDonald's, bro. Y'all gotta fade that as soon as possible. As soon as I seen the video, the CEO not eating his McDonald's, bro, I never ate that shit again after that. Seriously, I've never touched that. Maybe there's shakes and McFlurries and shit, but like, not the food, bro. If they bring in home McDonald's, I'm fading that instantly. Burger King and, I don't know, fucking Wendy's, that's chill. If they bring it home, of course. Otherwise, no junk food. Now you might be confused on why junk food is here. It's a 30-day run, okay? I'm not just talking about finances, bro. I'm talking about everything as a whole. Alright? Next is what I'm gonna keep y'all up on. And if you following along with me, this is what you keep up on. How much money is made either that day or that week, alright? What amount is spent, whether that's on liabilities, whether that's saved or invested, and then what went towards debt. Okay, you're gonna keep up on this. And then remember, this is a 30-day run. I'm not just talking about my finances or your finances. You gotta keep up with your fitness and your eating. Alright, this falls in the same category. You can't outwork a shitty diet. That's why I said no junk food, alright? If you're seeing this on TikTok, y'all know I was addicted to drinking, but I've been sober for, what's the date today? 459 days I've been sober. Okay, so since then, you know, just naturally, I have been in the gym on and off. Haven't been the most consistent, but I've been more consistent than I've ever been since when I started abusing substances. So, you know, I'm in decent shape. So I'm gonna start really trying to get consistent in fitness. If I miss the gym, gotta do a little workout in my room. You feel me? There's really no excuse for me. And then eating, I'm gonna keep it a buck. For me, as long as it's real food, whole food, not no bullshit, I'm gonna eat it. Alright? Next. Y'all remember how I was talking about when you get paid that day or that week before you spend any money on anything, you're gonna either invest it, save it, or pay your bills? This gonna help you with that. This is the 50-30-20 rule. I've been using this for a minute and it's pretty helpful. Now, the by the book way to do this, 50% goes to saving and investing, okay? SNI for save and invest. That's the 50%, okay? And then 30% would be bills and expenses, okay? And then this is fun money, 20%. Fun. This is where you get to this is where you really get this is the leniency. This is where you get to spend money on DoorDash. Say I got a nicotine addiction, I can go out and buy this shit. You know, little shit at the gas station. So when you get paid, divide it up into this. It doesn't have to be this. If you know of something like this, like the 33-33-33 or fucking 60-20-20, you know, whatever it is, just make sure a part of it is saving and investing, bills, expenses, and then some fun, okay? Because when you restrict everything, that's how you fall off easy, okay? You got to give yourself a little bit of leniency, at least for me. I think everyone should do this. Because I'm in debt, this is how I've been using it. I've been using 50% for bills and expenses, 30% for saving and investing, and then 20 stays the same, okay? But yeah, that is where I'm at. It's not August yet. I showed the debt I'm in. I'm gonna keep updating this every day. I'm gonna make sure that I make a video every day. This one was kind of long. For the rest of the upcoming month, they will probably be shorter. I just wanted to make this just to explain the whole situation, okay? But yeah, I'm gonna make a video every day. They should be short most of the time, I would assume. But yeah, questions. This is only for the people that have watched this whole thing and really fuck with what I'm doing and are dead ass serious about getting right, okay? If you've got questions, let me know in the comments. I read all of them. Don't think I don't, I read every single one. With that being said, I'll see y'all when I see y'all. Good luck.